You are taking a look here at some video taken near Markleeville. You can see a lot of this mud pushing onto the roadways. Some heavy downpours happened earlier today. A really extensive storm system pushing through from 3 to about 7 p.m. for the area around Markleeville. And you can see just how much of that rock and mudslide pushing through. And this is just one of many videos we have received of just downpours and mudslides with debris flows pushing downhill. Let's take a look at some of the numbers coming in from the National Weather Service. Now, National Weather Service Reno saying as much as 2.45 inches of rain has fallen at this station plot in Markleeville. Now, this is the biggest area where we saw the biggest and most intense storm push through. Now, Sonora Pass got about almost an inch of rain. Now, remember, this is all within a matter of about 3 hours or so. The West Fork of the Carson River, 1.19 inches. And we did see that river rising rapidly. Now, it's not at flood stage. The flood stage there is 9 feet, so not even close to that. But we did see the cubic square feet, I should say, rising very quickly for that river. Reno got 1.22 inches from this storm. And of course, we're still reading on Doppler radar that more of the rain is pushing through, even hearing highways closing. We know Highway 89 closed, as well as now Highway 136 in Keeler. We do know that the road there is impassable, 2 to 3 cars stuck because of mud in the roadway. Now, as we take a look, earlier today we did see a lot of that rain pushing through, but currently most of that now headed toward the east. But just hours ago, that heavy portion of the rain pushing through the Markleeville areas, you can see right there, and a lot of thunder storms pushing through, so lightning strikes as well. Now, as we've been tracking a lot of the lightning, we know this is over an area that has seen a lot of lightning before, and in fact, a lot of fires. So we're talking the Tamarack fire more recently, the Slink fire, also areas of where we saw the Boot fire, the Numbers fire, the Caldor fire. All of those fires that had burned out are now burned scars, and that is the biggest reason we are concerned for this area due to mudslide potential as well as some debris flow. So we're really tracking this over the next few days because we know there are still a lot of storms on the way and potential for them with this high pressure circulation. This has really been circulating a lot of monsoonal moisture for the last really 2 weeks almost, and most of it has remained through the desert southwest. But by the afternoon hours, we see that pushing and really pummeling up our state here along the High Sierra area and pushing over into areas of Nevada. And we have been tracking some more moisture just offshore there. That was the low pressure system that was previously Tropical Storm Frank, and that is going to stay out there. That's not really affecting us. More or less, it's just the ocean side there bringing in some clouds in the morning for the Bay Area. Otherwise, we have been feeling a little humidity and some cloud coverage from that. Otherwise, we're really just tracking the monsoonal moisture. Now, the flash flood watch, this is in effect until Thursday night. At this point in time, we are seeing flash flood potential. And you're looking at red here. These are areas where we saw burn scars that could previously be impacted because of all that heavy rain in the area. Now, the impacts here for the flash flood watch is, of course, flash flooding in general. Low-lying areas being affected by potential for debris flow. So anytime you see an intense storm system, some heavy downpours, you want to get to higher ground as quickly as possible if you can. Otherwise, just try to stay clear and avoid the area altogether. Now, we've also been tracking here a severe weather outlook, so thunderstorm potential over the next 3 days. So now we've passed through Wednesday, we have Thursday and Friday that we are still tracking more thunderstorms, and may even last into the weekend. We're still tracking that as well, but at the moment it's just at least through Friday that we are seeing the strongest potential for the lightning strikes, thunderstorm activity, and with that comes hail, those heavy downpours, and flash flood potential. Now, as we take a look at what we can expect, we're moving into Thursday afternoon. Again, very similar setup and scenario that we saw today. You get the moisture starting to build over the High Sierra just right around the afternoon hours, around 2 p.m. Take a look toward the east into the Sierra areas and watch the clouds as they start to build up. You're going to see them billowing up with high tops, and that is what we are really concerned about. Whether they start to form earlier in the day means we do have a better potential later on in the afternoon to continue seeing a bigger and stronger chance for flash flooding and thunderstorms. Now, you're seeing right around Yosemite a pretty intense downpour expected in that area around 2 p.m. We know that there is a fire burning there south of the area, the Oak Fire, that they're still working on containing. Containment is way up now with a lot of moisture, but there is still some smoke in that area for those folks there. Moving into your afternoon further, 4 p.m. We're really watching the storms now around that area further north of Yosemite and headed up. At this point in time, it doesn't look like it's extending its way toward Markleeville again in Sonora as it starts to move its way really toward the east. Sonora Pass doesn't seem like it's going to be impacted as well, but we are looking at that pushing to the east again. And we do have this chance. This is one we may be a little more concerned about because, one, it's in the overnight hours from Thursday to Friday, or we could see some of that rain pushing through 4:30 a.m. This is a time we know a lot of truckers try to get up and over the area, and you want to keep an eye on that. We could see some very heavy downpours at that point in time, and it's not just some small spotty areas. It's really an entire intense line that looks like it's moving from Truckee, South Lake Tahoe, all the way down through Sierra Spots and upper foothills. Now, we will keep our eye on this as we continue moving on. We still have about another day and a half to get there. As that moves through the overnight early morning hours, 8:30 a.m. here now, you're seeing that it kind of lightens up. You don't see these dark yellows anymore. It's kind of a lighter rain or mist at that point in time. But hey, this is a summer rain that we don't often get heavy downpours at this time. We're typically looking at lightning strikes earlier in the year. At this point, we're usually dealing with those wildfires, but this could help or hinder us. At this point, we could potentially see more lightning strikes that cause new fire starts. We know that happened with the McKinney fire up north near the Shasta area, Happy Camp area. Otherwise, now we may be benefiting from this rain. We may be hurting. So we're really waiting to see what happens. Most of that ends up clearing out for the weekend, and you see some small little spotty areas of moisture, and that is just some monsoonal moisture that's continuing to circulate around that area in that zone. Of course, we will keep you posted on air and online, abc10.com, on the latest information on these thunderstorms and flash flooding.